It's that time again. Another collab with Artificial DM and Z Flacco. Be sure to check out their parts afterwards. What happens when the DM treats magic items like candy? Let me describe the situation. So here are the main characters. We have the DM, the ever unorganized, rail-driven narrative creator, a lovable dwarf fighter who referred to everyone who didn't fight in close combat as weak, and Aasimar warlock who wanted to hide their identity with the Pact of the Blade. This one here's important. A lawful good paladin in servitude to a god I've forgotten. A Way of the Shadow changeling monk who was disguised as a half-dragon. That would be me. There were 2 more PCs, but they aren't the main cast. Now, I'd watched people playing D&D before, had a bit of interest in it, but no one to play with before this point, until a friend on Discord invites me to join a game they're starting and mentions half their group is new and half know what they're doing. So I go, cool, this way I can ease myself into it. So I join the group and immediately get told we're starting at level 3. And after talking with the DM, decide that I want to make a changeling monk who keeps their shape-shifting identity a secret, and he agrees. Then, after all that is set up, I'm told to roll to see what magic item I start with, which in hindsight is a bit of a red flag when half of your group is new to the game. And to make that red flag even redder, apparently out of all 300 items I could have rolled, I was given the Belt of Giant Strength, which upped my strength to 19 before I had even rolled my stats. For the Dwarf Fighter, a +1 Great Axe of Giant Slaying. For the Paladin, a sort of homebrew Sunblade, which was a longsword. The Warlock, Glamored Studded Leather. Conveniently, it seemed that everyone somehow rolled an item that perfectly fit their class and build. So we get into the first session, and find that townsfolk in this village have been vanishing for quite some time. So we do our standard introductions at the end, and then I decide to sleep early, then to keep watch in the highest point of town overnight to see if anyone went missing. So I do a roll per 2 hours, keeping watch overnight. 3 rolls were over 15, 1 roll at something like 12. I don't remember the exact numbers, but apparently I see nothing, and I'm told later that the 1 bad roll that I had at midnight was when everything happened. So I didn't see anything suspicious. Side note, the DM loved telling us out of character all the things we missed in his story, and things he'd planned further ahead. That's red flag number 2. Skip ahead a while, and more people are missing. So we go and search this cave, take out some enemies, find some cursed gloves that can give a character an extra 1d4 unarmed strike damage. So now you have someone in their first game at level 3 with a 19 strength belt, an extra 1d4 fire damage, and the ability to overcome non-magical resistance. The Dwarf Fighter is also given an even stronger magical weapon that changes depending on what race is wielding it. This is rather important, and swaps out his first one. Again, this is only 4 hours into our first ever session, so we explore a bit and find 4 more magical items. Yep, a total of 6 items in under 4 to 5 hours. Then we break for the week. Next session, we're still in this dungeon and I decide to scout ahead because, why not? I was curious. Apparently I get mind blasted by a god demanding I serve them and work alongside the warlock when the time comes. Not seeing much other option, I agree. We reach the end of the cave to find a mysterious person surrounded by bodies, and a few still alive villagers who beckons the warlock and changeling forward. Yes, they actually said changeling after the long discussions of how I was hiding that fact. So I figure, well, maybe they're that god I heard earlier and have that knowledge or something. Nope. After talking out of character, it turns out they're simply a lich who is disguising themselves as a human and works under them. I also found out about a month afterwards that this lich was roughly level 13. So we have a bit of back and forth dialogue, and the lich, aka the DM, basically strong arms this character into our party and requests we help him find his home, which we accept for reasons. Since most of our party is new, they assume this type of thing is normal. The cave collapses, but we make it out, and soon after are rewarded by the town mayor with 10 platinum each, plus upgrades to our new magic weapons. The warlock got a +2 magic orb. Oh, and we also hit level 4 there as well. Congratulations, we finished our first ever quest and all had +2 magic weapons at level 4. Sessions 3 and 4 are in part 2. Talk about power creep. It's one thing to make your players feel awesome, but it's another thing to shower them with magic items. This game's economy is basically broken. Having this for a first game could make for some future spoiled players. Anywho, if you want to see what crazy things happen next, be sure to check out the next parts on Artificial DM and ZFlocko's channels. But before you head over there, what do you all think about this situation?